Hey everybody, Jeff Schneider here. If you recognize those first three chords, it's because you probably follow me on Instagram and you heard that loop. That's one that I played recently and I said I was going to do a breakdown, so here it is. Let me play the whole thing first. Okay, so there it is. Let's talk about the chords and the theory behind them. But first, I have something really special to announce. Finally, I am releasing Stanky Loops Volume 1. Yes, that's right. It's called Stanky Loops Volume 1. What is it? It's a collection of loops, chord progressions on the piano. If any of you have seen my videos, you know I'm really into creating these outlandish, harmonic, jazzy, neo-soul, R&B chord progressions, whatever you want to call them. Well, I'm putting them out there into the world now with the audio, the MIDI, the sheet music. You can study it. You can use it royalty-free in your own music. These are for you guys to create with. These are some loops that I'm really, really proud of. Really, really cool chord progressions. There's nothing else out there like this, which is exactly why I wanted to create this, because there's nothing that cool out there in terms of loops that have interesting harmony and voicings. It doesn't exist. I've scoured the internet. So now finally you have royalty-free loops that have interesting chord progressions, really, really hip voicings. Some of them go way out there and some of them are a little bit more tame, but I really hope you guys check it out. I worked really hard on it. I'm really proud of it, and you can check it out linked up top in this video and of course down below in the description as well. It's called Stanky Loops Volume 1. There's more information there on the website, so hope you guys get a chance to check that out. All right, let's break down this loop. This loop is a brand new one, so it's not in Stanky Loops Volume 1. Maybe we'll put it in Volume 2. We'll see, but here we go. All right, so first I want to note that we're in the key of D flat major here. Even though I don't play a D flat major at all during this little progression, that's our home key is D flat. Now we're going to the 4 chord first. We're doing a 2-5-1 to the 4 chord. The 4 chord being G flat. If I play a D flat major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, G flat is our 4 chord, and if I do a 2-5-1 to that 4 chord, it's gonna sound something like this. Now traditionally the 2 chord going to the 4 chord would be A flat minor, something like this. But I'm playing A flat 13 sus. Now maybe that's because A flat 13 sus also works well as a 5 in the key of D flat, so we're kind of dovetailing there a little bit. It does act as a 2 chord though, because check this out. We're gonna then go to G altered, G7 altered. This is your tritone sub, your classic tritone sub of the 5 chord. The 5 chord would be D flat. Again, this is the 5 of 4. I know I'm throwing around a lot of numbers here, but if you rewind and re-listen, you'll hear this does all add up. So just to show you what I'm talking about here, A flat, D flat, G flat would be the traditional 2-5-1, but I'm doing a tritone substitution for that D flat. A tritone away from D flat is G. So you get that nice chromatic voice leading there. Looks like this. All right, so we land on the 4 chord. Actually, one thing that's kind of cool is you can play the same voicing that I was playing for the G altered chord. If I put a D flat in the bass, which would be the sort of the traditional 5 chord, it still sounds good. Check this out. So if you were to repeat this loop a couple of times, you could do once with the traditional 5 chord, once with the tritone sub. That's the beauty of reharmonization. You can keep mixing things up and you avoid repeating yourself too much. So we're on the 4 chord, we're on G flat. It repeats. So that little fill in there is just built on the pentatonic scale. D flat major pentatonic, and I'm just harmonizing it. You can harmonize it, you know, as much as you want. You can go all the way up, and it's gonna sound cool on a lot of these chords. So then we repeat. Okay. So here, this is F7 going to B flat minor. Now the reason for that is we're going to B flat minor, which is the 6th chord in the key of D flat major. The F7 is the secondary dominant. It's the 5 going to the 1, B flat being the temporary 1 there. Okay, so there's the secondary dominant going into B flat. Now I'm technically playing like an F7 augmented, but I'm going from that C sharp, that sharp 5 to the E flat pretty quickly. It's almost a grace note. And then we resolve to B flat minor. And then the B flat minor resolves really nicely into the E flat 7. Now, what is E flat 7 in the key of D flat? It's the 2 dominant chord, which is a pretty common chord that pops up again and again. It's a non-diatonic chord again, right? We have E flat 7. That G right there is a note that doesn't belong in the key of D flat. Traditionally, you would have E flat minor 7, but the E flat, but the 2 dominant chord, you hear it a lot, especially in this kind of music. And it resolves so nicely from the B flat minor. You get that really nice voice leading there. Finally, I wrap it up with this line. And that was, again, this is just some more pentatonic stuff, and it works really well when you need to fill out a little section here or there. So altogether, it sounds like this. So as I said, that chord progression was something that I posted on my Instagram channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, I really recommend that you do so. I'm putting a lot of different content on there, doing a lot of live streams, answering a bunch of questions. Also, as I said, Stanky Loops Volume 1 is out and it is killer. So check it out in the link below. I'm going to talk about that a lot in my upcoming videos just because I'm really excited about it, and you should be too. So if you have questions about this particular loop or about Stanky Loops, let me know in the comments. And we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.